Building an app from scratch is a complex and time-consuming process. Just getting your data up and running on a cloud infrastructure could take weeks. Then there's provisioning servers for redundancy and load balancing, selecting a database, selecting a server-side programming language, all before you write one line of code or design a single icon. It's easy to get so tangled up in the database that you lose focus on the part of app development that touches your customers, the front end. Though the backend is where most of your app's functionality will live, it's your app's presentation that your users experience most directly. Backend as a service eliminates the need to build from scratch. No need to spin up servers, pick your database, or worry about scale or security. Once your backend is up and running, you don't have to fuss with push notifications, user management complications, social media integration, or versioning. That's all taken care of in the cloud. Instead of spending a whopping 10 weeks building your app's backend, you can invest your time creating what everyone will notice, the perfect user experience. Developers want to create rich user experiences in their mobile, tablet, and web apps. And to create rich user experiences, you need rich features. Features such as data storage, app analytics, user authentication, CDN-enabled file storage, push notifications, and location information. And you want these features to be secure and reliable. Kinvey is a backend-as-a-service solution that boxes up all these features, plus custom business logic and data integration technology, on a platform where it's free to get started and you only pay when your app is successful. Kinvey's iOS, Android, and JavaScript libraries provide network and user management, data security, and data caching right out of the box. Download these libraries and integrate them into your app, or use the REST API directly to access any Kinvey feature. Simply put, we can cut in half the time it takes to bring to market a rich, contextual mobile app. You want to give users the richest experience possible. Facebook authentication for easy sign-on, Open Graph publishing for social engagement, Google Places for points of interest data, in-app purchase for, well, buying awesome stuff. Yet each service you integrate, you have to familiarize yourself with any number of libraries, APIs, and security models. Enter Kinvey. We make it easy for you to integrate pretty much any third-party data source through a single API for each class of services. Heck, you can even integrate with an enterprise CRM system like Salesforce.com if that's what your users want. It makes no difference to us. We make available the data you want, regardless of its source, in the Kinvey client library. Sometimes you'll want to customize the behavior of your backend when the default functionality is insufficient. Let's say you'd like your app to send a push notification with information about surrounding restaurants when a user enters a new city. With Kinvey's custom business logic, you can host your code in our cloud and customize your user's experience without having to manage any servers or infrastructure. You can focus on the business logic of your app while we do the heavy lifting of receiving and parsing requests, connecting to and querying data stores, and configuring and using email services. For example, using business logic, you could optimize the data exchange with your app by joining multiple data collections on the server, or you could enforce business rules by validating user actions. In short, business logic provides the means to host platform-agnostic code and save development time on multi-platform apps. Your app can be contextual and meaningful to users without you having to configure or manage the infrastructure. Sending push notifications from your app is a surefire way to engage users with contextual messages or important updates. But doing so requires implementing server-side code to interact with a push notification service, a tedious process for any developer. Kinvey eliminates the need for server-side programming to enable push. Through our integration with Urban Airship, getting push off the ground can be done in 3 steps. Enable push in the console, enable push in your app, and send your first broadcast push right from our console. Looking for more than just basic broadcast push? How about writing business logic to trigger push notifications based on changing data in a third-party backend? No matter how complex your push requirements, Kinvey can handle it. Bring your app to market faster with Kinvey, knowing your users will enjoy a rich and engaging user experience. Keeping track of all information related to each user is not only a hassle, but it also doesn't improve the user experience, at least not noticeably. It's one of those elements that's only noticed when it goes wrong. But user management can go wrong, and the more authentication systems you add, the more likely breakages to occur. With Kinvey, you don't have to worry about it. Our client libraries manage users for you. Add any number of users using the authentication systems of your choice: Kinvey, Facebook, Twitter, Salesforce, or any other OAuth 2-based authentication providers. Our service allows users to manage or share their data, even across multiple devices. User-based and device-based access controls allow you to quickly define the ways in which data can be shared and modified by users. Cut out the complexity of user management and focus on the features your users will notice.